Hello, it's Crafty Carol here from sunny Northern Ireland. It's a glorious day today. We've got nearly clear skies, absolutely beautiful. So make the most of it before the rain comes again. And I'm going to make a card we actually made at a craft and chat session I was on last night. And I liked the layout, so I wanted to make it. It's a lovely little card. It has a little sort of flap at the front and then it opens there. For you to write something on, and you could have it either way round. I'm having it with the flap at the right. You could, if you wanted, have the flap, but turn it round, it'll be upside down with the sentiment, don't worry, but you could have the flap this side to open it that way. Totally up to you which way round you have it, but I'm going to show you how to make it because it's not as complicated as it looks, and it makes the most of our glorious DSP. This is the Countryside set, can't quite remember what it's called, Countryside something. Anyway, it's in the annual catalogue, this one, which is lovely. It's all blues and white. But the one I want to use today is actually this DSP, which is a new one from the new mini catalogue. And remember that if you buy things at the moment, you get free celebration items for every £45 you spend. So this is the Forever Love DSP, and it comes as part of the suite, and the stamp set is Lifetime of Love, and I'm just going to use this sentiment, the love you, in my card today, but there's plenty of other lovely sentiments. Forever and always, wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. Congratulations on your wedding day. Beautiful for anniversaries, for weddings, whatever. So that's that one. It comes with some dies, the stamp set, some beautiful frame dies, which I was using earlier this week, and lovely stamps. Anyway, that's that. I'll just show you briefly the papers. Gorgeous ones. Moody Mauve, my favourite ink colour, and Pretty Peacock. So lovely. I hope you can see it in this nice sunny weather. We've got lovely gold detailing on it and beautiful patterns on the back as well. Look at these. Just go through them briefly. That on the front, stripes on the back, flowers on the front, and leaves on the back. I'm using that one for another card very soon. And this rather nice checkerboard type one, beautiful that one, with lovely pink on the back. So we've got these, oh, and finally this one, yes, with many more flowers on it. Yeah. So those are the papers. Let me show you what you need for this card. So, oops, move things about. So for the base cards, you need 2 colours of cardstock. So I'm using them to match my papers. I've used Moody Mauve as my main piece, and I've used Petal Pink as my second piece. So for the base of the card, this needs to be 20.8 centimetres by 14.8, or 8 1/8 by 5 3/4. And you score it in the usual way at 4.5, I think is inches, or 10.5 in centimetres. And when you score it, hopefully you can see, if I put something else behind you, you'll be able to see this. Yeah, how can I do it? This there, if I put it like that, hopefully you can see that when you fold it, one piece is slightly shorter than the other, and that is your front. So bear that in mind. So that's the first piece. Then you want a second piece in the same colour, which is 14 centimetres by 8.3, or 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that is scored in half at 7 centimetres, or 2 and, what's half of 5 3/4? 2 5/8 inches, and that's just folded in half like that to form a little mini card, which is the one that's going to sit here. Okay. Then you need a contrasting cardstock, so I've used Petal Pink here for this one, and you need 2 pieces, one slightly smaller than the other. So again, if I hold them up, you'll see I've got an edge on these. So the larger one is 14.3 by 10, or 5 1/2 by 4, and the other one is 14.3 by 9.8, or 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So those are the 2 pieces you need there. You also need another small piece, which is 7.9 centimetres by 6.6 centimetres, or 3 by 2 3/4 inches. And then you need DSP. Now, you can do just one sheet of these. I've done two, which you'll see why when I make it up, because I like the inside of my card decorated as well for this particular card. And the first piece, DSP, in your first pattern, as I say, 1 or 2 pieces, which are 14 by 9.3 centimetres or 5 1/4 by 3.5 centimetres. And 2 smaller pieces, which are 7.6 by 6.2 centimetres or 2 3/4 by 2.5 inches. So those are all the bits we need. Let's get on with putting it together. So the first thing we're going to sort and get organised are my 2 pieces of the contrasting cardstock, which are very, very rough. I don't know, obviously I need yet another new trimmer blade. Just trim off those little edges, don't like that. So the slightly bigger one is the one that's going to go inside the card, and the smaller one, is going to go on the front of the card. So I'm going to stick the smaller one on the front first so that I know which one's which and get that one stuck on out of the way. Now I'm going to have my card opening at the right hand side again. Again, you can have it opening the other way if you prefer. When we made it in the craft class, the lady who was leading it actually suggested having the opening on the left hand side. It's just my preference, I prefer it on the right. So just putting that, make sure it's straight. Now this piece is going on the inside, but before we stick it on, we need to stick this piece in because this is going to sit and fold around it. So this sticks on just with one side of the inner bit of this card. If you're sticking it on this, so it's going to be on this side of the card, obviously you want it that way round. It'll be this way around for the other. Doesn't matter while we're sticking these on because the card looks the same both ways round. So I'm just going to put glue on the inside. See, I need another one of these as well. Why do these things always run out? Let me quickly get my fast fuse instead. So it doesn't really matter where this goes, just roughly in the middle. So I'll have it about there. And obviously you don't want it to go over that fold. You want it so this is going to fold round nice and evenly. Oh, I've got it a bit close to the bottom. I don't think that matters too much. There. And that can now stick into... Have I got another one of these? I need to go and get another glue. Right. I've now got another glue. That's better. Oh, dear me. So I've now got... It's going to come out. There we go. Nice and new, so I'll be careful because it's easy to put too much on when it's a bit new. Put too much on the bottom, but hey, we will manage. So this fits inside so that this card, when it bends, isn't quite at the outside, because that's why we had the front bit cut slightly smaller so that that fits in nicely. There. Oh, too much glue on the bottom, it's come out. What a mess. Okay, so that's the base card done. So then we can stick on our DSP. That's the next stage. So I've got one piece for the front and one piece for the inside here, which, as I say, this is an optional piece. You don't have to stick this piece on the inside if you don't want to. I just think it looks nicer to have the inside of cards decorated as well. I'm just a bit fussy when I've got things like that. Normally I wouldn't, if I've got just a normal outside. Excess glue everywhere. But yeah, I am going to for this one. So this one can go on the front. And my card's this way up, so I want my pattern the correct way. Quite trim it enough, but hey, dear, how bad is that? Right, so those are those pieces. Then I've got a spare one of these for the inside here, which I'm going, oh look, it's shiny paper. I don't usually do this because I don't like not using shiny paper, but sometimes you have to. I needed pink, so you know what, it had to be. So that one I'm just sticking on the inside here. I haven't put a layer. I'm not putting a layer on these inside ones. I'm just leaving a layer for the outside. So on here, I have my layer piece of my card and then my paper to go on top. So fit my card on first and then my DSP. And then we just have to decorate the, oof, dear me, glue everywhere. No wonder I'm just getting it all over my fingers. These new Tombos, they do come out quite fast. Oh, slid. There you go. Wiggle room with Tombow. It had so much wriggle room, it moved. There we go. So that is the basis of the card. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to tie I've got this gorgeous petal pink ribbon with the gold edge, which I think is retired now, but it just matches so well. I want to use it on this card. So try and tie a half decent bow. Not too bad. Just have you a little bit longer. Then I can trim it using, of course, my ribbon scissors. Where the, oh, wouldn't open the, I have a charm on them, and the charm had decided, oh, that's not a very good angle. Charm had decided to tuck itself back into the scissors. Now I haven't got those equal. That's better. So I'm going to stick that on with some glue dots. Find my pokey tool. Just want it on the edge of here. So I think I'll have 2 glue dots, make sure it really sticks. Not sure what that is, stuck on my pokey tool. I'll get rid of it. Then I can stick my ribbon that way around or the other way around. I think we'll have the ribbon that way around this time. There we go. And then I am just going to stamp this greeting. I'm going to stamp it in Moody Mauve to match the back, the base of the paper there. So that's going to be a little bit too big, so I do need to just cut that down a bit. I wonder if, I think this punch might just work. Let's have a look. This is, again, sorry, it's a retired punch. As always, I never use big enough pieces of, I'm using it on my scrap, but hey. Come on, just a little bit further. I am going to show you a real little tip. I can find a sticky note pad. Here we go. A nice little tip when you've done this and made a complete mess because it's not a very sticky pad. Never mind, that'll do. And it's just I'm going to cover the end, and then I can use that to make sure I've got it in the right place. And it's not too thick. It possibly is there. Oh, I've got a double layer there, that's why. That's better. Peel any remaining bits off there. There, that's better. Really making a mess today, aren't I? So where are my dimensionals? I'll just use a few of these little tiny dimensionals on this, the mini dimensionals. So we'll have 3 of those. I'll have that just here, I think, in the middle. Smooth the dimensional top, we don't want that. It reappeared. There. So is that straight? Yes, just about. Good. And then I can finish it off just with a few little gems. These are the in colour gems, so I'll use Moody Mauve. And we'll just have a few of these dotted around. A couple there, a couple down here. And there we have it. That should probably be in the middle. You could stamp a sentiment inside as well if you wanted. I haven't done on this card yet. I probably will before I send it. I think it'll probably be my husband's Valentine card, actually. So there's two very different cards, and it shows just how different they can look when you'd use different colour combinations. But I love this. I'm going to call it a flap card, and I hope you enjoyed making it with me. I hope you think these cards are just lovely to send to somebody, and it's nice to have just different cards, different fun fold cards to do with to send to people. If you want the instructions and all the measurements, they're in my blog at craftycarolscards.co.uk, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.